So now we've finished the bookcase and the chair, and we're now ready to draw this table. Now the table is not against any wall or any piece of furniture. It should not be against the chair, and it should not be against the bookcase. You want to leave a path of traffic for traffic to move through this way. We also want to have enough room that someone could come out of this entryway and sit in this chair. So there should be a free-floating area around this table to be able to cross. Now, is it possible that there's still space there, but the table overlaps part of the bookcase or over part of the chair? Sure. It has to do with the distance between the bottom of the furniture, not necessarily the top, because you can see this is skinny, but this is where the floor is. So we know that person can pass between those. It's not about this distance. So on our drawing, this is where we are so far. We need the chair to be down here on the floor. And we're going to start with the vertical of the line that's closest to us. We're going to need our triangle to do so. So line it up with your horizon line. We want that first leg to be somewhere, I know one side's got to go this way and the length has to go this way. So I want to make sure that if this is where my middle is and this is where my leg is, that would be enough room for passage there. So this would be a pretty good spot for me to put the table. Now the other thing you need to keep in mind is that down here at the bottom, scoot this up so you can see, there's the bottom of my paper. About 1 inch from the bottom of the paper is where the leg should start. And we want it to be about 3 inches tall, 2.5 to 3 inches. Yeah, about 2.5 to 3 inches tall is fine. Because it's going to be coffee table height. We don't want it to be tall like a dining table. All right, so there's my first line, and I'm ready to draw that as a box. So I'm going to go to my left vanishing point. And you can pick, it doesn't have to be the left. I'm just starting with the left because this is my long side. And again, I want to stop this so that there's enough room there for a person to come through. I'm going to go to the top of my line to my vanishing point. Remember, this is going to be connected by a vertical. And then I'm going to go to my right vanishing point to the bottom of the line. And again, I want to stop this side so that there is enough room for passage to the chair. And from my right vanishing point to the top of the line, I'm going to guess at length here, knowing that I need to connect those by a vertical. That looks about right. So there's the start of my table. I need to finish the sides, and I'm going to use my horizon line lined up with my triangle across here, lined up with this bottom corner. I'm slightly off on my length there, but that's okay. Have an eraser. And I'm going to do the same thing here, line up this point, but make sure that my triangle is lined up. And this side I didn't make quite long enough, so I need to add a little bit of length there. All right, so that one got the line added. This one gets a teeny bit erased away. All right, so now that I've got my two sides established, now I need the top on the table. So again, going from the left or right vanishing point to my left corner of the box and across. Lastly, left vanishing point to the front right corner. It connects there, so I'm going to erase out that little line. All right, so there's the box that is going to become the table. Now I'm going to zoom down close so you can see the table closely, because we're going to work on details of the legs and the tabletop so that you can see very clearly what we're working on. So the first thing we need to do is establish the thickness of the top of the table, because this has a chunky tabletop. So we're going to go from the left vanishing point, and I'm just picking a thickness here that I think looks appropriate. So there's one side. I'm going to go to the vanishing point on the right and line up with that line I just made. Make sure I'm pointing toward the vanishing point. There's the tabletop. So now I'm going to establish the thickness of the legs. This front one's the easiest one because my two bottom angles are there. Now on these sides, I have one side established but not the other, so we'll talk about that when I get to those two legs. So for this first one, I just need to do a line on each side. Now I want to mimic the thickness of the top. I don't want to have a thick top and then legs that are too skinny to hold it up. And then I wouldn't want legs that were too chunky to hold up a skinny top. So I would kind of mimic the thickness that you created for your tabletop. So there's the first leg. And now I'm going to build the other two legs at the same time. So again, I want to establish legs that are about the same thickness as the top. Again, we'll have to build the other side of that. And I'm going to flip my triangle to have enough length to work with to make sure that I'm true. So I want to make sure that I'm working across there, lining my triangle up with my horizon line. Now there's the start of the other two legs. Now the legs have two sides to it. Right now I only have one. This other side of the leg, this angle is going to come from my left vanishing point. This angle is going to point toward my right vanishing point. So I'm going to go to my right one first. So I'm pointed right at my vanishing point over this way. And I'm going to create the same thickness. Again, I want to emulate the thickness I did there. And on my left vanishing point to this lower section here, make sure it's pointing to that vanishing point. And again, I'm going to establish the thickness that resembles this side. And then lastly, to finish these two legs, I'm going to draw a vertical up, making sure this is lined up with my horizon line. Up from there, I'm going to flip my triangle this way, line up the top of my horizon line to my triangle, and there. So now I have three legs drawn. Now that might be all I need. It's possible though that this fourth leg is showing. Is it going to stick out here and show? Now I need to figure out if that's the case, because you might be looking at yours and thinking visually you might be able to tell whether or not you should see that fourth leg. I have a feeling mine ends underneath this tabletop. If this were a clear tabletop, I would see it, but I'm assuming that this is a solid wood. So this leg comes down somewhere in this space. Is it sticking out at all down here? I don't know, so I need to find out. So the way that I'm going to do that is by creating a set of double lines from both this line and this line pointed toward my vanishing point, and then from this line and this line pointed toward my vanishing point over here. And I need to look at where they intersect. So I'm going to go very lightly, really, really light. So there's the first one. Here's the second one. I'm drawing them really light because I have a strong feeling I'm not going to need them because mine fell right underneath the edge of the table top. Now I'm going to try it on this side. And again, I'm going to draw very lightly here. Very lightly here. Now, I'm going to zoom in. Now, I don't know if you can see that. This is where the bottom of the leg is. Mine magically fell right behind the edge of the thickness of the table. So you can see I drew from here and here, and from here and here, so that I was able to see where those four lines intersect. This is the bottom of the leg, so the leg would go up from there. Now, if any part of that was sticking out down here, then I would know I have to at least draw that section. But because mine falls underneath the tabletop, I'm okay. So that means my table's done. Now, if yours is different, you'll have to, again, this would be a challenge level. If you need help, call me over. But see if you can figure out, now that you've got your four corners, you would really just need to darken the ones that show and then draw your verticals straight up from those three intersections. And the middle line should point to your corner. So that's about it. We've got our main pieces of furniture established. I'm going to zoom this back out so you can see what the finished drawing looks like. So we've got our furniture all in place. We are now ready for the challenge levels. So look on Schoology, there's a list of lots of different options. You can put in hardwood flooring, you can put in a throw rug, you can put in what's going on in there. Is there, some students have put in a staircase, like they're going upstairs to another room. You can do clusters of pictures, you can make end tables, put a collection of artwork on the wall, TVs, all sorts of things that you can choose to put in there. But whatever you draw has to be in perspective. So make sure you're planning for drawing more boxes in the right places and turning them into the furniture that you choose to make. Good luck!